Hey everybody, welcome to your Let's Plank Flow. I'm Caryn, and this fun little sequence will expose you to a lot of different variations of plank that help to activate different parts of the body from side to side, front to back, top to bottom. I love how effective planks are at waking up the body and really asking all the different body parts to work together to hold this shape. We're going to start with a little bit of an arm stretch. We'll just bring the right arm across and take a couple breaths there. Sit nice and tall. And switch. Bring the left arm across the chest. A couple breaths here before we switch to our next shape. Okay, arms reach up, and we'll bend the elbows now. And try to keep your palms together as you bend the elbows, and nudge the head back just a bit so the chin is off the chest. You feel length in the underarm and side bodies. Re-stretch the arms. Inhale, look up. Exhale, tabletop, coming to an all-four position on your hands and your knees. From here, stretch your right leg back and arch your back like cow. Exhale, return to center, tap your right knee. Switch. Inhale, left leg long, arch the back, chin off the chest. And exhale, back to center. Do that one more time each side on your own. Feel the core engage a little more as you exhale. Next, we'll tap the right leg out to the side and drop down to the elbows if that's available. Just an inner thigh stretch here, not staying forever. A couple more breaths. Hips back. And release. Lower your palms. Return tabletop. Switch. Left leg wide. My toes are about 12 o'clock, but it's okay if yours are angled. Try elbows down. Hips back. Couple breaths. Up to the palms, tabletop position, downward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips up and back. Begin to pedal out your feet like you're walking along. And now we'll actually start to walk forward toward the wrists. Grabbing opposite elbow, ragdoll. Sway your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Keep your toes spread wide and slightly widen your heels. The heels a little bit more out, away from the center. Re-engage the inner thighs and recross your arms the opposite way. In the final moments here, think about breathing into the back of your lungs. One more round. Downward facing dog. Step your feet back, lift your hips. In a few moments, we'll flow between this dog and a plank position. First, I want you to try and lengthen your dog by either scooting your feet further back, your hands forward, or a little bit of both. Next, inhale to a plank position, the shoulders right over the wrists. And exhale, lift your hips, dog pose. Continue between this inhale plank and exhale dog. Feel how your core is helping you to transition. Two more of each. Exhale, downward facing dog into child's pose, rest, palms up. If you'd like to try your tricep stretch here, we did one in seated. Rejoin the palms together like prayer, bend at the elbows, tap your thumbs behind your back or neck. Once you feel reconnected to a rhythmic breath, return to downward facing dog. Nice long stance. Bring your elbows down. Elbows down like the number 11. And now start to step your feet back until your hips come level with your waist and shoulders. forearm plank. This will be a pretty short hold. If you need more challenge, you can try single knee dips, down and up, down and up. Now without any rocking in the hips, alternating those knee taps for 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Rest on the belly for a counter pose Sphinx. Maybe not exactly a rest, but a nice stretch for the abdominals here. The heart is moving forward. If you want more of a quad stretch, bend your knees, engage your hammies. 3, 2, and rest. Belly down Shavasana. You might like to look to one side. Reverse the gaze. Balance out your neck stretch. Our next shape is a side plank, and we'll lift up to tabletop all fours. You can keep your left knee down and start to open your right arm, stacking your right hip on top. Stay here or lift your top foot and bend the knee, tap. Hand toward foot and foot toward hand. 3, 2, release. Back to table, all fours position. We're gonna add on. Step your feet back and bring the big toes together. Modified plank, big toes touch. Drop your heels to the left. Grip with your bottom finger pads and stack your right hip on top. Start to rainbow the hips a little higher. If you'd like, reach your arm over your head. 3, 2, and rest. Hands down, knees down. Couple breaths, and then we'll try all of that on the second side. Starting in our modified side plank Vashisthasana, right hand, right knee stay, left arm reach as the hip stacks. Energize the crown forward and plaster the sole of your left foot down. Lift your bottom foot if you'd like, bend the knee, and take hold. One more round. Hand down, knee down, tabletop. You can always repeat that variation, or up level, feet together in your plank, big toes touch. Drop your heels now to the right, stack your left hip on top and flex all 10 toes toward your face. Top arm reach straight up 12 o'clock or overhead as you rainbow the hips nice and high. Feel a hug at the obliques up from the bottom side toward the ceiling. 3, 2, and rest. Come down to tabletop. Child's pose, knees out wide. Open and close your hands a few times. And meet me in a seated position. One more variation here, and this will be a reverse plank. We'll start with reverse tabletop, kind of a warm-up. Feet down parallel hip distance, hands on the ground behind you, and you can turn your fingers any way that feels comfortable for the wrists, or at least uncomfortable for the wrists. If this is painful, you might want to roll the back of your mat over so you have a little extra padding under the heels of the hands. Exhale first. Shh. Inhale, reverse tabletop. Lift your pelvis and start to trace your gaze up the front wall toward the ceiling, maybe even along the ceiling toward the wall behind you. Engage the inner thighs again and feel the back muscles lifting skyward. 3, press down through your thumbs and your big toes. 2, slow exit, back to seated, and rest. You might like a little wrist therapy here, bringing the palms out and the backs of the hands in to touch. Curl the fingers a few times, making fists and then releasing. Welcome to repeat that reverse tabletop, or try reverse plank with me. Instead of bending the knees, you'll outstretch the legs, bring both heels down, really dig the heels down, tone the back line of your body. Think from the backs of the calves all the way up through the thighs and seat, through the spine and shoulders. Both arms ignite. 3, lift up, look back if you can. 2, and release. Forward fold, grab whatever's in reach and rotate the inner thighs more downward. So cooling posture. Couple more breaths. Let's slow roll onto the back yogis. And bring the legs up the wall, or up an invisible wall, toward vertical. Reach your hands toward your ankles. Start to shake out your hands and your feet, your arms and your legs. A little temper tantrum here to help release any tension that might have built up in your practice or your day. Shake it off now. And we'll meet in a hug, knees to the chest. Circle your knees in one direction and then the other. Come into an inverted butterfly with the soles of the feet together in the air, knees apart. You can either grab the outer feet at the pinky edges or hold on to your shins here. Little sway. And pausing center. We'll set the left foot on the ground and come into a figure 4 stretch. Keep the left foot down, scoot your hips right slightly, arms wide, and take your figure 4 over to the left till the bottom of your right foot meets the ground, or some type of padding. You can always substitute a blanket if the floor feels too far away. Let your head get heavy and lazy. A couple more breaths in this shape. Back to center, slow exit. And a few rounds of cow and cat here, arching your back as you inhale, curling on an exhale. We'll bring the left ankle to the right thigh and scoot the hips to the left. So your knees and legs all the way down to the right side until the bottom of your left foot meets the ground or another prop. If you need to cool off further, try open mouth exhales. Moment here to thank your body sincerely for all that it does. For all the ways that it recovers, regenerates, and heals. Let's exit back to center, one in both knees, and find a hug. Lift your face and head, squeeze in, super compact. No daylight between the chest and thighs. Squeeze in and recline. Final Shavasana. If you have low back complaints, you might want fallen bridge, knees together, feet wide. Otherwise, you're going to make V shape with the legs. Ensure you've done everything you can to get comfy, cozy. Imagine yourself in a room with no distractions. Sense the weight of your eyelids. Pull of gravity on your muscles and bones. Give yourself permission to relax, and I'll bring you out in a few moments. Enjoy your rest. Keeping eyes closed, start to lift just your hands and forearms. Guide your palms to your rib cage or upper chest. Sense the movement of breath into the palms of the hands. for other signs of inner vitality and wellness. A couple more breaths here. Move onward to a full body stretch and circle out the wrists and ankles. Roll to one side, fetal position, and exhale. Inhale, you rise all the way up to seated, face front. Bring one arm across your chest, just like we did top of class. And switch. Opposite arm across. One more, exhale. Inhale, palms up. Arms high. Exhale. Tricep stretch, bending at the elbows. Keep the palms together and lift your chin. 3. We'll bow into. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Fold all the way down. Seal your practice. Namaste. Okay, awesome work, everybody. That was your Let's Plank flow. I hope you gleaned something that you can appreciate from this practice. I know planks are not always the easiest mentally or physically, but definitely worth the trouble, and stick with it. Maybe pick one of those plank variations that's either challenging for you, could be your least favorite of the bunch, or one that you semi-enjoy to incorporate into your home practice over the next few days. And come back to this anytime you want to build some all over body strength in your planks. I hope to see you soon. Stay healthy.